Okay, so the squares that I'm using, they're from Jane Snedden Peever. And you can continue outwards making them as large as you like. So because I'm going to sew these together with each other to make it continuous like this, I need to put in I put a double stitch. So I do that all around them. And then I fold them together with the wrong side outwards. And then I start at the corners, the round corner, and in the middle of it I stitch it together, picking up only the back stitch on each side. And you can learn how to do that by looking at other people's videos. It's very easy. So what I've done here is I put a double thread, 2 different types, because I wanted to have this coloring, and I had 2 similar ones. Now, to make it sturdy, I've chosen to make double stitches all around, and I'm only placing them in the openings here because that's the former stitch. It left openings here, so not here in the middle, just here. And I'm not doing a chain 1 in between. I'm just placing it through the next opening and doing a normal double. I'm not chaining 1, I'm just putting another one into the next opening here. You can lift it up and see. So that's how I put it all around, okay? And in the corners, just like before, you have to make sure that you're looking at it right. So you're picking up only this part of it, okay? Just that part here. So you don't bring in both of these. And I place 1 double, chain 3, 1 double, and then I continue around. And that's it, people. And like I said, it's very easy to sew them together in the back. And so this is my back piece that I'm doing, and then I'm going to put a different pattern going upwards and probably prolong it a little bit here at the bottom. But this is what it looks like from the front. So it makes a very nice stitch, keeping it together. This is all made with wool. Wool that is maybe even has 20% of something else in it, but this is all wool. Okay, so this part here, this is going on my hip and below. So this will be right at the top of my hip line where my pattern starts, and I'm going to start moving up my back line up towards my neck. And this was facing me, the pretty side. This is the pretty side of those. So you have to remember how you're going to do this so that you get the same side of this facing you. Okay, so the design I'm using, this is from this book here that I found the design that she has modified. And I'll tell you what the modification is. So this is it, the shell grid. What she's done though, she has taken the V-stitch and the 2 chains in the V-stitch, she put 3 chains instead of 2. And up here in the shell, instead of 5, there's 7. So that's how she modified it. This is also in this book right here. A lot of people do that, you know. So she's making it wider, which is good. And this is it, number 188. So I've written down her instructions, and I'll show you her site. That's her name there. So foundation row with a V-stitch. Next one, sorry, you can take a screenshot of this. There you go. And There's 6 rows in it in total. And I just started writing this and realized, because she didn't say repeat, that is a repeat of the first row after you've chained and you start making what I'm doing right here. These right here with a V-stitch foundation. So yeah. So her pattern looks different. And this is her site right here on YouTube. See, there you go. And this right here is the one that
Today we will look.
There. That's what hers looks like, and I like it because it's a little bit wider. It fills up better. And she says don't use a higher than a 4mm hook, which I'm doing. And I have, you know, lace weight yarn, which I have then doubled in this case on one of them. So I've water blocked. I have washed these with very little bit natural soap in it, and I've dried them. And it's great because now I've measured it from there to there to make sure that they're all the same size when I sew them together. And all the patterns highly visible now, which is great. You can see the size of the pattern compared to my hand. Alright, so I got the arm here, and it's important that it's very scrunchy until you wash it. So I've hand washed it and laid it out, and now I can see that it is the length that I need for my arm. It looks a little bit shorter, but you have to, don't put too many rows on or it'll get too long. So now it's going to dry, and let's see here, I'll try to show you that this is like the bottom part of the arm, and that one goes up to the shoulder and connects to the shoulder here. So yep, this is a great pattern, people. So I made 4 rows here, and every time I do this pattern I put 2 rows of single crochets in between. Same thing at the top, but here I only put 1 row because I already have 1 row here, so I will be connecting them with that. And that's what I do. I leave the bottoms alone because I want this nice lace pattern here at the bottom. So I skipped the last row that actually would connect it a little bit more with 1 more going on the outside because I want these. And yes, 1 arm done, 1 to go. So I got the arms done. Everything's turned inside out. I'm sewing the arm together, and I do that by holding it together like this flat upwards, and I put my crochet hook through the outer loops or stitches, and then I pull through in a single crochet. So that's how I choose to stitch mine together, and it makes it really pretty. When you open it up, it makes a nice well, the loops are on the outside and there's a flat seam in the middle. Anyway, so we're getting very close, and when I'm done with that and sewing it all the way down the side, then I'm going to put some nice design. I think this one here, I'm going to do 1 row only of this around the side all the way up, and then we should be done. Everything's pre-washed and dried flat, so this is going to be good, people.